Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and in this video, I'm going to be helping all of you older gents out there. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to neglect your fashion sense. So this video is going to be all about how to dress in your 40s and above. I know sometimes this can be a bit tricky for people. A lot of the videos that are out there are aimed towards younger people, talking about being stylish and trendy. When you're old, you don't necessarily need to think about some of those things. So just because maybe you don't need to wear things that are trendy anymore doesn't mean you can't still look great. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about things you can do and wear as an older gentleman that will make you look fantastic. So first I'm gonna walk you guys through just a few things I think you should keep in mind when you're buying new clothes. And then towards the end of the video, I'm going to just say a few things, a few staple pieces I think every man above his 40s should have in his wardrobe. So first thing, I think you need to pay more attention to the way your clothes are fitting. So, once you reach the age of 40 and you're getting a little bit older, your body isn't changing as much as it maybe did in your 20s and your 30s. Finding a tailor that's going to make the clothes that you already have fit perfectly and the clothes that you're purchasing be perfect fitting for your body as well is very important. I think it's totally okay to spend a little bit of extra money for clothes that fit you absolutely perfect at this point in your life, because they're probably going to be clothes that you carry with you for the rest of your life. Next on my list, we have investment pieces. So I think, again, it's okay at this point in your life, if you have the money, to spend a little bit extra on pieces that are higher quality and that are going to last you a lot longer than something cheap would. And I think in general, you should spend a little bit of extra time, effort, and money into the things that you're buying, and not just go on crazy shopping sprees and buy this because it's trendy and this because it's popular right now, because you don't really need to worry about that once you get to this point in your life. You can be that cool old guy that is just wearing the most sophisticated, classy outfit, and that is going to look way better than something that Kanye West is wearing. So paying close attention to investment and quality is super important. So you're gonna wanna buy less frequently, but when you do buy, think about the exclusivity and the quality, like I mentioned before. That is much more important than having many things in your wardrobe. So this brings up the conversation of, in general, just quality versus quantity. I would always recommend going for quality instead of quantity. I think the quality of something that you have is far more important than how many clothes you have in your closet. Spend the extra money on those quality pieces. You're going to get more use out of them anyway. So next we have the conversation of timeless versus trendy. And once you reach this point in your life, you don't need to be trendy anymore. I think having a timeless classic style will save you money, you'll look better, and it's just better in the long run. So like I mentioned earlier, don't waste your money on trendy things that you're seeing in the magazines or seeing celebrities wear. Often I think celebrities cling to their youth a little bit harder than the rest of us just because they are in the public eye. So don't fall into that trap. Just focus on really getting timeless pieces that are going to last you for the rest of your life. So my next tip is being really picky about the colors that you're buying. So I know as people get older, sometimes they go a little bit crazy with patterns and prints and mixing all these things, but like I've mentioned so many times before, I think less is always more. Darker colors are going to look great on your silhouette, especially if you're getting a little bit older and maybe you aren't as in shape as you once were. Darker colors are really just going to be more flattering for your body type. I'm talking about blacks, navies, charcoals, something along those lines. If you're totally over me saying stick to the neutrals like black, navy, charcoal, you can add some different colors in there too, like olive, deep burgundy. If you're watching this and you're thinking, Courtney, that is so boring, add pops of color, just do it very tastefully. You can do this maybe through accessories, a scarf or a tie or something like that that's very subtle, that's just going to add a little bit of your personal style and flair to an amazing outfit. Okay, so the next part of the video, I'm going to be outlining just a few things I think are really important to have in your wardrobe once you hit your 40s. First on my list is a pair of dark wash jeans. So once you hit 40, out with the light wash, no stone wash, no ripped jeans. You really want your jeans to look sophisticated. So a very dark wash or even a raw denim is going to look the best on you. So I mentioned avoiding the light wash and the ripped jeans and the stone wash, but also try to avoid those medium wash dad jeans. My grandpa wore them and he was so stinking cute, but if you want to be stylish and you really care about the way that you look, I would opt for a dark raw denim. Next, we have a nice pair of shoes. So depending on the type of guy that you are, the things that you do, whatever your personal style might be, this might be a little bit different. So I'm just going to highlight 2 different shoes. I think one or the other is a staple. So first we have a sneaker. A bad sneaker can take a stylish outfit from stylish to sloppy. Why would you want to be dressed perfectly from head to ankle and then have a crappy pair of sneakers on? So pay extra attention to the shoes that you're wearing. A nice pair of sneakers can really elevate a casual outfit, especially if you're in your 40s or you're an older gentleman that wants to still dress casual. That perfect sneaker and that stylish sneaker is really going to up your fashion game. So like I mentioned, the dad jeans, there is also such thing as dad shoes. I will feature a picture here, but all of you probably know what I'm talking about. It's that New Balance thick white sneaker. Don't fall victim to these. There are plenty of really sharp sneakers out there, regardless of what your personal style might be or what you do for a living. There's a sneaker out there that's going to be a better option than the dad sneaker. So I have taken a lot of heat in past videos for the sneakers that I've showed on the screen. A lot of you don't like those traditional white sneakers that I show. Although they are very stylish for younger people, I can see where maybe these would not look as good on someone who's a little bit older. So I think there are plenty of sneakers out there that will fit your personal style regardless of what that might be. Next, we have a loafer. So a loafer can look a lot more elevated than a sneaker. A sneaker is normally traditionally just casual. I think a loafer can be dressed up or down depending on what the rest of your outfit looks like. But I think there are enough to choose from that regardless of what your style might be, like I said with the sneaker, there is a loafer out there for you. And also, these are a great alternative to a sandal in the summertime. I mentioned that in my last video about summer essentials. I think a loafer is just a staple for your wardrobe no matter what your age is. Next on my list are nice sweaters. So as you get older, I think it's a lot more important to pay attention to the fabric of sweater that you're getting. So maybe that's a nice cashmere, a 100% merino wool, just something that's really going to last you a lot longer than maybe a cheap sweater from H&M or Uniqlo. Fit is really important with sweaters as well. If something's too big, you might look like you've got a Cosby sweater on. You don't want the sweater to look like it's drowning you. On the flip side to that, you don't want to look like it's too tight either. So finding that perfect middle ground is very important. So more specifically with the sweater, I think a turtleneck is a really great choice. This looks really timeless and classic and elevated. So although a turtleneck is kind of a retro style, I think it's classic and modern enough to still look really stylish. All right guys, next we have a messenger bag or a leather briefcase, or really just some kind of leather bag in general. So I think it's time to get rid of the cargo shorts or the cargo pants and get yourself a really nice bag that is great quality and is going to last you. If you have a nice bag, you will no longer need all those pockets that were in your cargo shorts. So women love these. I personally love these. So get yourself a very nice leather bag. Okay, next I'm gonna highlight some accessories that I think are really important for men to maybe have in general, but especially you older guys that are maybe wearing a more timeless and classy outfit and you want to show a little bit of your personal style and flair through the accessories that you're wearing. I think all of these on this list are a great way to do it. So with that being said, number one is a nice watch. So maybe throughout your life, you've figured out what your kind of watch style is, what you're really into, and maybe you want to round out your collection. I think now is a perfect time to spend a little bit of extra money and invest in a really nice watch, and will maybe even be a nice heirloom piece that you'll be able to pass down to your kids and your grandkids. Also, if you invest in a nice watch and you do it right, it'll be worth more down the road. So if maybe in 10 years you decide it's not your style anymore, you can sell it and maybe get more for it than you bought it for in the first place. But just in general, I think every man needs a nice watch. All right, next we have little accessories like ties and pocket squares and just little things like that. I think, like I mentioned, this is a really great way to show a little bit of your personal flair. Maybe you want to add a little bit of color here. I think that is totally okay. These are the perfect places to do it. Next on my list is a pair of leather gloves. Maybe you don't need this if you live somewhere very warm, but if you're somewhere colder or somewhere that gets chilly at all, I think an older gentleman with a really great outfit and a pair of leather gloves just screams timeless and classy and just really looks great on everybody. So invest in a nice pair. You don't need to spend tons, but I think a nice pair of leather gloves is a great addition and accessory to a great outfit. And lastly, we have a scarf. Again, if you're living somewhere warmer, maybe you don't need this, but I think a scarf is another great way to bring in a little bit of color and pattern and just a little bit of style that's going to up your outfit game a little bit. If a guy is wearing a really great outfit with a top coat or an overcoat and then throws a scarf on to add a little pop of color and fun, I think that is totally acceptable and looks great. So when you're looking for a scarf, again, keep in mind the quality. Get yourself something like a cashmere or merino wool, just something that's really going to last you for years to come. And if you're not a guy that likes to have a little bit of fun, I think sticking to a versatile color that's going to match more is always a safe option. Alright guys, that concludes my list of how to dress in your 40s and beyond. I know this is probably very different depending from person to person, but I think you really can't go wrong with all the things on my list. And more importantly, just really spending the extra time and effort and money on nicer things. If you're in your 40s, maybe your 50s or 60s, now's the time to do it. If you think I missed anything, please leave it in the comments below. I would love to hear what you guys think. Be sure to like this video if you found it helpful and subscribe to my channel for when I release new content. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I've been loving connecting with all of you guys on there. I've been getting some more followers as I post these videos, which is super fun for me and an easy way to contact me for you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.